cork sniffers, gear snobs everywhere. I suppose with any hobby, pastime or whatever you want to call it, you get these dudes. Won't play a Squire, but will play a Mexican Fender. Or even the Mexican Fender isn't good enough and it's got to be the USA one. And then for some, even the USA one isn't good enough. It's got to be a custom shop with the sticker left on it. Come on, man, take the stickers off. It's a guitar. Now, you know what? I'd get these guys. I'd understand it if they were working musicians, you know, like in a band that plays gigs or they do session work, but they aren't. The maximum exposure was that one time they got 50 views on a Facebook story or something. But they've been led to believe that unless it's USA or custom shop or whatever, then it won't make them sound good. Seriously, right, I had a guy the other day message me about a made in Japan Telecaster I'm selling, a Hybrid 2. Brand new, it's more expensive than a USA Telecaster. Do you know what? To me, the made in Japan one just plays better. I like it, it's nicer. But he messaged me and said, is this a USA Telecaster? So I messaged back and I said, no, it's made in Japan. It even says made in Japan in the advert. And then he was rude as hell and he messaged me back and seriously it said, not interested, I only play USA Telecasters. His loss, I guess. And checked his profile out, he's a bedroom guitarist. Now, I know we've all got preferences. You like what you like. If that's your jam, then that's your jam. Good for you. I'll let you in on a little secret though. I used to be that guy. I used to be a cork sniffer. Until I tried and played other guitars, and now I just don't care. As long as the guitar feels nice and sounds nice and plays nice, I couldn't care less what it says on the headstock or where it was made. But I actually don't like USA Telecasters or Strats. I really don't. I prefer the Mexican ones. To me, they feel nicer and they play nicer. My main guitar for gigging and recording is a Player Deluxe Strat with noiseless pickups. Half the price of a USA Strat. And I'm now the proud owner of a Harley Benton 7-string which cost me 150 quid delivered all the way from Germany, and it's awesome. It sounds epic. I would happily play that guitar at a gig. I just don't care anymore. As long as the guitar feels good and sounds nice, then I'm a happy guy. I'm proud to say I've moved on from gear snobbery. I used to spend a fortune on pedals. I mean, I've had Strymons, I've had pretty much every Boss pedal known to man. I never pulled the trigger on a Klon. But I mean, I've spent a lot of money on pedals. I've spent so much money on gear over the years that it scares me. And now, do you know what I've got? All I have is a Boss GT3 for playing live, and it sounds awesome. And for recording, I use a few plugins, or my Valaton processor, which only cost me about 200 quid. And I could buy patches for that from a site called Chop Tones, and they're epic. You don't need to spend a fortune on gear to sound good. I don't think you do. Look, I totally get where some people are coming with amps. You know, the whole warmth of tube amps versus the sterile solid state. You like what you like, and I like solid state. I like my jazz chorus. I've had Marshalls, I've had Orange stuff, I've had Black Star stuff, but the best sounds to me that I've ever got have come from solid state stuff. And if it sounds good to me, then I'm happy. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Right, there's a YouTuber that I watch all the time. He's an awesome guy, and I highly recommend his channel. He's called Mike Cole. If you haven't seen his channel, then it's definitely worth checking out. I mean, this guy is so nice. Anyway, it seems to... I'll leave a link in the description for Mike's channel. But it seems to me that Mike is on a bit of a journey. This dude cannot get enough knowledge. I don't know how he fits it all in his brain. And to me, it just seems like Mike's on a lifelong quest to find tone. And he's fortunate enough to be able to get his hands on pretty much anything, gear-wise anyway. He's got a cool circle of friends that are all musicians. And look, I don't want anyone to think I'm dissing Mike, because I'm not. I love his videos. I'm subscribed to his channel. But it seems to me like Mike will never be happy. I mean, every week he finds a guitar or a pedal or an amp that blows his mind and gives him an amazing sound or tone. I'm seriously watching his videos. You can see how stoked the guy is. You know, when he tries something out and it sounds amazing. And I feel bad for Mike because I know he'll never be happy. He's always chasing tone. And I know what that feels like because I was that guy too for a long time. I mean, not as nice as Mike, but I was that guy. And yeah, look, I know this is how Mike gets his content for his YouTube videos, but I mean, the reviews he does are definitely worthwhile. I mean, I've watched him demo some stuff and thought, do you know what, that might actually be handy. If you watch Mike's videos, you'll learn something. But what I really want to know is, will Mike ever be truly happy? Will he find peace? Will he find that one guitar or that one amp or that one pedal, that one tone that will make him think, yeah, man, I'm happy with this. The search is over. But he's only young. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh God, this keeps happening. Gear Snobs, that's where it is. So, I asked a question on Twitter the other day. I need some help here for a video I'm working on. If a cheaper brand of guitars, Harley Benton for instance, were making guitars and the quality / playability was equal to Gibson or Fender, but a quarter of the price, would you buy them? Or does the name on the headstock matter too much? I got a few replies. To my surprise, pretty much most people said, no, they'd buy the cheaper brand if it played and sounded good, which was a shock. I did think the Gear Snobs were too busy to bother reading my post, but some did. I'm not going to get into a slanging match here on the YouTube. Now, I'm not saying Harley Benton you know, anywhere near in the same ballpark as Fenders or Gibsons. I don't want anyone thinking that. They're just a damn good brand for the price. You see a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff about Harley Benton. I've only ever had positive, you know, experiences with Harley Benton, but they're not quite yet. Their guitars are made from cheaper materials. They're obviously mass assembled, but they are getting better. And people do seem to be taking note of them a bit more. I mean, if somebody asks me for the best budget brand to buy if they want a brand new guitar, I'll always say get a Harley Benton. I'm not being paid by them or anything. I just want that out there. I own some Harley Bentons and I like them. Harley Benton, if you're watching and you do want to sponsor me, you know where I am. Anyway, usually, instead of buying new guitars, I buy used guitars. That's just my way. But when I wanted a 7-string, I couldn't find a used 7-string as cheap as a Harley Benton anywhere. The closest was like the 7-string Ibanez Geo, and even second hand, that was more expensive than the Harley Benton. Look, what I'm trying to say here is, try not to be a gear snob. It's not cool. And the only people that think you're cool are other gear snobs. And they're not cool. These are not the guys you want thinking you're cool. And, well, you see where I'm going with this. Try different guitars out there. How can you say, yeah, man, I only play Gibsons if you haven't played all of the guitars out there? You're lying to yourself. I've got a Hagstrom Super Sweet. It's the only Les Paul style guitar I own because I'm not a fan of Les Pauls. But to me, the Hagstrom plays better than any Les Paul I've ever played. I don't like Kramers. I love Jacksons though. I love Fenders. I love Ibanez's. Seriously, go and try out some different guitars, different effects, different amps. I think you might be surprised. Anyway, that's all for today's badly thought out whatever the hell this is. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.